The call of Jonah in today's first reading and the call of the disciples, today's gospel. Last year during Lent, I did a 4-part series on Jonah. So I don't need to go back to Jonah again. We could see how Jonah holds a mirror to our mind and to our lives. How Jonah gave us a glimpse into the heart of God. How kind, compassionate, and merciful God is. How He wants everyone to be saved, everyone to come to Him and to know Him and to love Him. And the call of the disciples to this gospel, we have to read this gospel along with the gospel we had last Sunday. Because the background St. John gives in his gospel, you may remember how John and James and Andrew and Peter, they had a time with the Lord. They spent time with the Lord. Here, Mark, without any introduction, goes straight into the action, into the scene. Now, more than focusing on what they were called to do, may I focus on what they were called to be. What you and me are called to be more than what we are called to do. To do comes later. To be comes first. What we are called to be is very significant. Just think about Jonah again. It is a book of Jonah, not the book of Nineveh. It's not about the people of Nineveh, no. It's about a single person. It is about one person, Jonah, about his life, his mindset, what was wrong with him, how Lord changed his life. How the Lord changed Jonah's life. So it's a book of Jonah. The same way, look at the disciples. How the Lord changed their life. You remember during the week we had the word companion. Mark tells us Jesus called them to be his companions, companions to share bread with him. So these disciples were companions of Jesus for 3 years. In those 3 years, did anything happen? Let us have a look briefly. Think about, just for example, think about John and James. You know, their nicknames were Sons of Thunder. These two, young, full of fire and anger. You remember in Luke 9, they show their real character. Jesus and his disciples were passing through Samaria, enemy territory. And the Samaritans were not very happy with the Jews going through their territory. And there is John and there is James telling the Lord, call fire down from heaven and destroy them. Anger. Call fire down from heaven and destroy them all. And Jesus rebuked them. What are you talking about? That was John, that was James. Then Now, years later, the Lord's death and resurrection and everything, there is John writing, oh, God is love. Love everyone. Love everyone. If you have no love, you are not a child of God. Here is John, the apostle of love. And James, the first one of the apostles to be killed for the Lord. So the sons of thunder become sons of love and service. If you want one more example, think about Simon. Simon, impulsive, cussing and ear-cutting Simon. He became Peter. Not in those 3 years, but later. After his denial, his conversion, then the Pentecost, and he was the first one to preach that great sermon. And the one who died for the Lord, who was crucified head down. It took a while. Dear friends, you and me, spiritual journey can be a long journey. It takes a while. It takes a while. Even those disciples, even staying with the Lord for 3 years, nothing really happened. Later on, when they looked back, and they kept on sharing the bread of life with Jesus, their life changed. The same with you and me. Today our prayer is, Lord, change my heart. Change my heart. Make it like yours. Lord, make me like you. Because if my life is changed, half the world is changed.